Good evening to all of my dear people in India. Once you think about our reservation system in India, how it is going now. More than 60 years, governments had given reservation system to our, but no development. Now also in STs, more than 95%, very poor people. In SCs also same, 95% people, very poor people. In BCs, 90% poor people, now also very poor people. In BCs only 10% development came. In SC/STs only 5% development came. Why we are not developing? Why we are not utilizing the reservation system? Once you think about this very seriously, when Dr. God B.R. Ambedkar had given reservation system to our, at that time 100% poor people. So at that time no problem. After we had utilized the reservation system, in SC/STs 5% became as a rich, in BCs 10% became as a rich. Now these rich people only perfectly utilizing the reservation system in India. Like that conditions existed now in India. In this way, if it goes after 100 years by utilizing the reservation system also, no development to our. These are our drawbacks. In our BC, SC, STs, who had developed, who are rich people, they only perfectly utilizing the reservation system in India. So, immediately you must struggle to eliminate rich people from BC, SC, STs. The reservation system must be utilized by our poor people only, or middle class people only. Similarly, all governments must concentrate on government institutions. They are giving crores of rupees to faculties, but they are not observing their work function. How many going properly, how many not going properly? In the totally politics existed. For that, in all government institutions, colleges, schools, government must introduce biometric attendance system and CC cameras. Who are not properly going, government must take indiscipline action. Some people months also not going and managing. Like that, faculty must be dismissed by the government. If government is transparent. Similarly, how much scholarships giving government to our BC, SC, STs, that must be enhanced very more. Depends upon the present conditions. Similarly, increasing number of hostels for BC, SC, STs. Similarly, increasing nice conditions for living conditions in BC, SC, ST hostels. In this way, if government do, then only our BC, SC, ST communities development happens. But in present India, totally reverse going. In this way, if reservation system introduced to our 100 years also no development comes. Development people only developing. Very poor people struggling for food only in our communities. How they will study? Rich people studying in the private schools and corporate institutions. Governments wantonly damaging the government institutions. So there is no scope to our for to improve. Like these conditions must eliminate by the governments. For that you must struggle. All are telling about our Dalita Jati for getting votes only. Actually they have no interest to develop our communities. More attacks happening on our Dalita communities, on BC communities, but no proper action. Now also like this going. All governments must change this immediately. All are telling we are loving Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He was a god, like that. Very nice words. If they are really working for our, they must implement for our. What I told now, they must seriously implement all these things for our development. If they really like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, if that God Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was not given reservation system to our, this 5%, 10% also no development. Remember this thing, all people. Similarly, in overseas also more poor people. What about them? For that, governments must introduce EBC reservation system for them, and also scholarships, hostels. Same BC, SC, ST, how giving like that they give. But any party also doing vote bank politics. If you observe Telangana is completely KCR CM completely doing vote bank politics. He is trying to introduce a Muslim reservation. In Muslims only poor people, in Hindus no poor people, in Christians no poor people, in remaining religions no poor people. If he is really working for poor people, he must introduce EBC reservation, not Muslim reservation. If he introduce EBC reservation, in that Hindus comes, Muslims comes, Christians comes, various religions, poor people comes. Why not like that doing? Because he is doing vote bank politics. Similarly, he had introduced Brahmana corporation for poor people in that. What about Vaishyas, what about Reddys, and what about Kamas? This also again doing vote bank politics. Any politician also, by utilizing caste and religion, winning in the election after leaving the poor people problems. Some people are telling any party also in under the influence of Agravarnalu. Okay, Agravarnalu people became CMs and PMs also. What is the use to poor people in Agravarnalu? With a proper plan, anyone winning also, rich people only. They are solving their problems only. They are neglecting totally poor people problems. So all of you must struggle for our life, for our development. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram.